Hey y'all, today I'm gonna be making me a shirt for my brother. I had a little brother named Travis. I was the oldest, he was the middle child, and we had a younger brother, Aaron. Travis passed away when he was 6 years old to a rare form of cancer called rhabdomyosarcoma. Um, by the time we figured out what was truly wrong with him, it was way too late. He eventually the tumors caved in the roof of his mouth. It caused him to go blind, and within a year of diagnosis, my sweet baby brother passed. So, May is Brain Cancer Awareness. Now, rhabdo is technically more of a blood cancer, but he had hundreds of brain tumors. So, I do, I'm going to do a gray ribbon today, but I do yellow ribbons for childhood cancer for my brother. But this is my shirt. You can see it's a little stain. That don't matter. You won't even see it, and it's mine anyway. So, we're going to do a gray ribbon for Brain Cancer Awareness Month. Go gray for me. Need a washable marker. I couldn't find nothing. I'm so unorganized today, but I'm already late on getting this done, so let's get it done. Okay, I've already folded my shirt in half to where only the front is showing. This is the front of the shirt, and I've half that. So I'm going to come down, I'm going to draw my pattern, but only half of it, because when I fold it, the whole thing's going to be there. Alright, I'm going to come down 4 fingers from the neck of your shirt and spread the fingers if depending on the size of the shirt. Smaller shirt, smaller room up here at the head to come down. I'm going to come down 4 fingers and start my up climb. Now you do have to remember that we're going to have a little circle, and if this is washable, keep drawing it until you get what you like. It's going to wash out. I always turn my shirts inside out too, just in case any of this doesn't wash out. It's on the inside, or sometimes your dye isn't shaking up good, and it can clump, and that'll be on the inside too. So that's why I flipped it inside out. Okay. I can already see I need to do this again because this is going to be too fat. But that's okay because this is washable. Okay. Now we need to make the middle of the ribbon. Okay, for time's sake, we're just going to go with this. I would perfect this more if it was going to be sold or given as a gift. But since this is my personal shirt, I'm not going to correct it too much. We're just going to fold it and you'll get the gist of it. Easiest thing to do is go ahead and start with this middle. Get the middle out of your way first. And you can move your shirt to go. Just keep your line as straight as possible. If your line gets off, Just draw it that way on the back. It'll come out straight as long as it lines up. And if it ain't straight, who cares? It's tie-dye. But trust me, you can mess up tie-dye. I made 2 shirts that look like a female body part. The worst thing is, I made them, one of them was pink and one of them was red, and it was like the god-awfulest thing you ever seen. So if you're going to do a pattern known as the vortex, please don't do it in pink or red. It's going to look like you got an angry beaver. That's what I named the shirt, the angry beaver, because that's exactly what it looked like. Okay, we got the middle out. Now let's go ahead. This is almost lining up for itself. So we're going to line that up now. The second, the outside circle. This part is the void. And I am no professional. If you need professional help, I highly, highly recommend Mr. Tie-Dye. He's a genius. I'm telling you. So, we just doing this for fun, and I'm just teaching you what I know. And like I said, I ain't no pro. We just having fun and tie-dyeing. Alright, what we going to talk about today? Okay, I got one for you. I be telling too much. Y'all gonna learn that about me. My brother died when I was 11. And as a coping mechanism, I turned to marijuana at age 11. And I have a grandmother. She just passed. I love her to death. She's actually my step-grandmother, but she's my grandmother. In my family, we don't have step and halves. That's offensive. If you tell me my brother is my half-brother, I'll probably punch you in the mouth. Because we have different daddies, but he's went through my whole life with me. I don't like that word. I don't really like step family. And when we divorce out of my family, you don't get to leave, sir. My mama divorced my stepdad and remarried. And then she passed away December of 2018. And that's still my daddy. He ain't going nowhere. And if he thought he was going somewhere, he's sadly mistaken, because he's not. He's mine. But anyway, back to the story. My grandma was a head. She was a head. I remember 5 years old, sneaking up under her door, sniffing, because I just love the smell. My whole family did it except for my mom. It made her paranoid, so that's why she didn't do it. So, at 12, Grandma sees that me and my cousin are smoking. We're stealing her weed, and my cousin was even younger than me, man. We're little bad kids. But she saw, so I don't want you to think bad about my grandma, but she decided that she was going to teach us a lesson like the time she taught us not to smoke cigarettes, which did. I mean, we smoke now, but it was a learning lesson. We smoked that cigarette and puked our guts up. But she did it because we were stealing cigarettes and acting like we were smoking. So she lets us smoke a joint, and we were so friggin' giddy and ridiculously stupid. And Grandma learned her lesson, because it didn't work like the cigarettes. We actually like this, and we some traumatized little brats, man. Our life was rough, all of us. So Grandma's like, yeah, well, I learned. Well, Grandma didn't smoke with us no more, but she continued smoking. And when her and my grandpa, who is my biological grandfather, they split up. Well, like my stepdaddy, that's my grandma, and she ain't going nowhere. And we were 16 by then, and I had already been kicked out and lived in my own home since I was 15, so I was an adult. So I don't hold anything against Grandma. So when I was 16 years old, Grandma decided that she was going to smoke with us. We was all going to just smoke together and have a good old time, you know. And we did, and y'all, nobody believes me when I tell about my pot smoking grandma. But this is a story I want to tell today. I was 21. Me and Grandma, we done been partying. I mean, I'd take my grandma to the club and she'd be booty bouncing. She was a cool cool lady. Anybody that knew her knew this. So we're coming through Dallas, North Carolina. That's where she lived. And I see something in the middle of the road. And I'm like, Grandma, did you see that? And she's like, nah, what was it? I said, Grandma, it looked like a big bag of weed. And she's like, there ain't no way. So me and Grandma, we turned the car around and we go investigate the situation. We turn up by where it was, and there it was in the middle of the road. It looked just like a big, huge bag. So me and Grandma thought we done hit the jackpot. So we turn around for a third time. And this is it's a kind of main road. It used to be the main road, but now it's a business road. And the main road runs about half a mile beside of it. So I stop in the middle of this busy ass road, reach out my car and grab his bag, and I think we happy and we all giddy and let's go, get out of here. Okay, we get down towards her house. There's a little flea market there. I pull over in the store next to the flea market. We're going to look at what we found, man. We're just amazed. We can't believe we're this lucky. We just can't believe it. So, y'all, it was a bag of grass clippings and mud. So, me and Grandma just immediately bust out laughing because we done been made a fool. We was happy and went disappointed that damn quick. So we go home and we had some, so we do what we do and we get to laughing about it. And then it hit me. I said, Grandma, I bet you somebody was up in that house waiting on our two dumb tail ends to come through here and pick up that, because the way it was, y'all, somebody wanted it to be mistaken. So my thought is they was chilling right around the block waiting on us to pick this up. But I was disappointed and Grandma was disappointed as well. It was not a good day. Okay, there's your feet, your void, and your circle. The rest of the shirt we're going to crunch. We're just going to crunch it up real good. Crunch it up. I'm going to pull the sleeves out a little bit where they can get crunched up. Crunch it up tight. Couldn't find my kite string, so we're working with what we got. I can't find nothing, y'all. It's been hectic. I just wish this world would go back to halfway normal. It never was normal, but it's exhausting living in today's times. Okay. My brother's favorite colors were pink. Remember, he was 6 when he passed away. He liked pink. He liked blue. And the symbol is gray. Gray for me. Gray for breast cancer. I look pretty straight. So we're just going to get to dyeing. I'm going to make another one too tonight and have it ready for tomorrow. And then I'm going to fold the same t-shirt where I'll have an example right there ready to go. And we don't have to wait till tomorrow for anything. Okay. We're going with the gray. Let's get it spaced out as much as we can because we don't want it bleeding. You can go heavy because you're doing both sides. Just try to stay away from your line where it can bleed down on its own, or it'll overcross into your color. Okay. What color do we want the void? Let's do the void. Let's do it in blue. That can go down. It don't matter because the gray's darker. I really don't even know how this gray's gonna come out. I didn't have any more Dharma left in gray, and this is red. But we'll figure it out. I don't care. I'll be showing it if it ain't good. I'll be showing it if it's great. Alright, we're just gonna go through here all willy-nilly, and I do want to make a blue on the other side just because the inside's blue. That'll give some contrast to what we're looking at. Alright, now we're gonna go with pink. Blue. Actually, this blue is emerald green. Let's use some turquoise too. Shake it up. I wasn't going to use it, but oh, you can definitely tell the Dharma colors from the red. Let's make an order. There's no rhyme or reason to this. You just go nuts. And a good thing with tie-dyeing every day is if I mess up my clothes, then, if I mess up my dye, I'll just wear it to dye the rest of them with. Don't matter if I make any splashes or stuff, but it will be worn. I suggest using gloves too, because this will get under your fingernails and make it look nasty for, I just don't care. Between construction and dyeing, my fingernails are always jacked. I'm not no prissy girl. I own zero makeup. I barely even look in the mirror. And the soda ash will dry your skin out. So that's why, another good reason to wear gloves. I just don't ever. Alright, separate that. Let's bring my gray. Oh, I really don't like this red. We're gonna roll with it because we ain't got no choice but to, but it is shitty. This color and the gray is red. You can tell that they're not as vibrant. They're not going to turn out as well as the Dharma, which I don't use red, but I was out of a couple colors and I didn't have time to make an order. We'll make it work though. We don't care. We dying. And I'm doing contrasting colors on the back. It'll just bleed through and give dimension to the front. I sure do miss my crazy grandma. I promise you that, boy. That woman would come get us and just take us for random trips through the mountains just to drive up there and drive back. That's because Grandpa didn't know she smoked. That's one reason. But the woman proved to me that you don't have to be blood to be true family. And I thank her for that. But that was just a funny story to pass some time. Me and Grandma thought we done hit the jackpot. But we didn't. And I hope this turns out alright. It looks awesome. Alright. "24 hours and we'll reveal that one." The one I got planned for tomorrow, I'm I'm going to do a small heart. I haven't tried this, so y'all be trying it with me. If you want to get your shirt out, you can try it with me. We might succeed, we might fail, we don't know, but we're going to try. And, but anyway, I want it to have a heart on the chest, on where your heart is, and I want the spine to have 3 hearts to come down the back. Like I said, this will be the first time I try this, but I'm going to go ahead and fold one tonight. That way I'll have one to open when I fold it tomorrow on here. Thank y'all.